This video contains commentary. What's gravy, my dudes? Welcome back to Storytime with your favorite Reddit fairy. My name is Lorna, and today we're getting into some r/ChoosingBeggars. But you know that's not all. We're also gonna get into some r/malicious since we haven't done that in a while. I don't know why I keep saying we, it's just me up in here. But I guess I'm referring to all of you as the collective we. We haven't experienced it in a while. So without further ado, smash that subscribe button, sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. Tacos with a side of hand sanitizer. Posted by user FrozenSun516. A couple of days ago, I was picking up dinner at a local taco joint. When I got there was a lady at the register paying for her food, so I waited by the door, which gave me the perfect vantage point for all of this going down. By the register, there was a big pump bottle of hand sanitizer, with a sign saying, "Help yourself, keep your hands clean," or something to that effect. After she paid, as the cashier was turned around to grab her food, the lady took the chance to try and stuff the whole bottle of hand sanitizer into her bag. Her bag was on the smaller side, and she had trouble fitting the entire bottle, and she was still wrestling with it when the cashier turned back around. They both froze and stared at each other. Cashier: "What do you think you're doing?" Lady: "It says help yourself." I let out sort of a laughter, and then the lady turned around and glared at me. Cashier: "Yeah, to clean your hands, not to take the whole thing." The lady paused for a moment, then apparently decided to double down. Lady: "Well then, you should make the sign clearer." Cashier: "Anyone with a brain would understand what that sign meant." Lady: "Well, fine." The lady proceeded to slam the bottle down on the counter, grab her food, and stomped over to the soda machine. I thought this would be the end of it, but the lady grabbed one of the small cups that's available for you to get water, and then came back to the counter and started pumping the hand sanitizer into the cup. Cashier: "That's not what it's for either. Please leave, now." I'm trying and failing to hold in my laughter over the absurdity of the situation, but I chime in with a, "Yeah, that's pretty messed up." The lady gives me another death glare, tells the cashier that she'll never be back at this stingy restaurant again, pushes past me, and storms out the door. I commiserated with the cashier a bit over how crazy people can get and got my tacos without any more problems. They were delicious, by the way. Support your local restaurants if you can, and stay safe, everyone. God, what is with people and okay, is this gonna become like a joke later down the road? People are gonna call this like the TP crisis of 2020 or the TP and hand sanitizer crisis of 2020. Like, how is it? Like, these companies must be fucking booming right now. Like, toilet paper, hand sanitizer, masks, like they're the only businesses that are really booming at the moment because they can't keep it in stock. I mean, that's just my own assumption, but you know what I'm saying? These companies must be, making a killing, essentially. Excuse the horrible pun, but I can kind of understand why hand sanitizer is so much in need right now. Wash your hands, keep them fucking clean as possible, don't touch your face, all that stuff. But toilet paper? Where? Why is this happening with toilet paper? Are you fucking building forts out of it? What are you doing with it? Are you building your doomsday bunker? What is happening? I don't know. Do you think that it's the zombie apocalypse and you need to stock up? I don't know. Please, somebody explain this to me because I don't understand it. Not one bit. Alright, my dudes, before I get into the next story, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications for future videos just like this one. I post a new video every day, Monday to Friday. Provided that my allergies aren't kicking my ass. Alright, my dudes, the next story is called Friend's Gym sent an email requesting they support the gym during the shutdown by paying for the $40 a week service despite not being open. Friend asked for dumbbells during the time as they're not being used. Jim said that would be $5 per person per week extra. Posted by user Blibblblubs. My mate and his partner are members of a gym. $40 per week. The gym sent an email asking to support them during this tough period. He requested 2 sets of dumbbells from their gym so they can work out at home and as they aren't being used. The gym replied they could give them the dumbbells at an extra $5 per week, per person, 25% premium. Guess who requested to cancel their membership? Edit. The $40 per week was for 2 people. Okay, $40 a week for a gym membership? Like, what kind of gym is that? Like, that's like $160 a month. Okay, so it's for 2 people. So $80 a month. Okay. Still, I find that's expensive, but I don't go to the gym, so maybe I'm wrong, but I would think maybe like 35 to 55 or something like that would be a reasonable amount per month. Again, I don't go to the gym. I have no fucking clue, but that's what I'm just guessing. But like, why would you expect them to continue paying for the service that they're not getting and then try to charge them a premium to bring some of the dumbbells home? Like, I understand if they wanted to charge a deposit, meaning because you're taking equipment away from the gym, you're responsible for that equipment. So I can understand if they wanted to charge a deposit and then you get the deposit back when you bring the equipment back, but not an additional fee that they're not getting back. That's fucking ballsy as shit. And that gym they need to go. They're fucking dicks. And the next story is called A Tale of a Woman Named Karen and the Free Shipping Fiasco. Posted by user Pierced_Sunshine. So, I work for a call center. It's a vendor site for several companies, but my project is in regards to skincare for a pyramid scheme. Oh shit, openly admitting that you work for an MLM is not a good way to start a story, my dude. Alright, let's get into it. I don't want to get into it too deep, but I hate it. I transferred due to a closed project, and I'm just sticking it out till June when I move out of state. Now, just to preface, I hate how this company runs its business when it comes to orders, but it is what it is. Today I spoke with a woman on the phone named Karen. Now Karen decided to order a product today that I think it came out to about $63 overall. She called because she wanted to add a product to the order because she ended up paying about $9 for shipping. With the company I work for, we are not able to edit an order after it's been shipped. So me knowing that, and based on what she is asking, I offered her a sales override order, which means I can basically waive shipping and send the product at a cheaper rate. Thinking that she just wanted to spend the $80, that would be that. Boy, was I wrong. When I offered that to her, she was angry. Like, she was escalating simply for offering her a product at a reduced rate. The conversation goes as follows. Bear with me, because I'm paraphrasing. Me. So, just to confirm your order and changes that you want to make, you want me to edit your order to include the mineral peptides in the color light so you could have 3 light and 1 bronze, correct? Karen. That's correct. But just so you understand what I mean when I say that, I want it in 1 package. Does that make sense to you? Me. Yes, I understand. I just wanted to make sure. I do want to let you know that the order has been submitted, so I am unable to update it. However, I can send out a special order and waive shipping, so it would have been the same cost either way. Karen. Wow. Okay. I just find that to be irresponsible. So you're telling me that it's already in the box on its way? Because I find it ridiculous that you can't add 1 product to my box. Do you even know anything about what's going on in the world right now, about what it means to be in a pandemic? I'm trying not to infect people, and you probably wouldn't know anything about that because you're probably in the office right now. Me. Hey, I totally get it, but the reason I'm offering the special order... Karen cuts me off. No, I don't think you do get it. I don't want to hear it. I just want this order placed today. Why can't you update it? If you can't, I'm gonna cancel my account because that's just completely irresponsible and just flat out wrong. And on and on and on. It was a circular conversation for about 10 minutes, and so I offered to take a second look, full well knowing that we couldn't do anything. But I just wanted to not hear that woman's voice for 2 minutes. So I reach out to my support team and tell them what's up. Give them the lowdown. Guess what? They told me to offer her, and SOO, I don't know what that is, maybe we're about to find out. Me. Hey, sorry about the wait. Are you still there? Karen. Yeah. I don't believe that, but what did you find? Me. Well, unfortunately, I don't have a different answer for you. I reached out to the support team to see if we could do something additional for you, but Karen cuts me off again. Alright, well, I'm gonna cancel my account. I've been nothing but loyal to you as a preferred customer for X years, and I find this ridiculous and irresponsible, and to be quite frank, I should have never put in an order in the first place. Me. Hey, I get it. You're just trying to be conscious of the world events, and I want to do everything I can for you, which is why I offered what I did. Because you placed your order today, you'd get them on the same day from the same delivery person with the same person packing your box. So it would still do what your... Karen cuts me off again. Yeah, but that's not good enough. I'm trying to minimize the boxes and contact. So do I just push this button to cancel? Me. Yes, you do. And on and on. After I confirmed how she canceled, she just kept complaining. When if she would have just paid attention, there would be no issue. She even admitted it. It's like days like these that I wish I could just collect unemployment and call it a day. Shit is whack. I mean, I get what she's trying to do, but if it's the same person touching both boxes and the same person delivering both boxes, it's not that big of a deal, I guess. I mean, it kind of is like... this whole fucking situation sucks, man. Like, it sucks, but she's definitely being unreasonable, and the fact that she says she's gonna cancel her account, it's like, oh, thank you, please. I hope I never have to deal with you again, you fucking miserable bitch. Alright, my dudes, that's all the stories I've got for you for r/ChoosingBeggars, and now we're gonna get into some r/malicious-compliance. This one is called, Want Me to Turn the Light Off? Okay. Posted by user Cats Are Jerks at Times. So a bit of background information. I have an issue with the lights being on whenever nobody is in the room. And if someone forgets, I politely remind them to turn it off next time. Now, here's where the issue comes in. There's a bathroom in our house that we refer to as the children's bathroom, because only my siblings and I use the toilet in there. The problem with this bathroom is that the light switch is on the outside of the bathroom, by the door. My sister has a habit of almost never turning off the light after she's used the bathroom. She usually just uses the excuse of, oh, I forgot about it, and points that the switch is on the outside. However, it irritates me when she still doesn't turn it off when I point it out. Although she does this to almost every room in the house, the bathroom is the most frequently forgotten. Now, here's where the malicious compliance comes in. We were in my parents' bedroom playing with one of our cats when I decided I'd had enough and was going to go to my room. As I was exiting the room, I thought about the fact that she usually forgets to turn the light off. So even though the light is inside the room, I threw over my shoulder, "Don't forget to turn the light off when you're done." Of course, my sister, being the snarky person she is, replied, "No, you turn off the light." And in that moment, I saw my chance. And even though I was almost to my room at this point, I wouldn't let this chance for payback to slip through my fingers. "Okay," I responded, as I turned on my heels and marched over to the room and turned the light off with a satisfying click. As I walked away, I could hear her whine, "Hey!" The sound of victory. I know to most people it isn't that impressive, but to me, it's the sweetest victory yet. Edit 1. Because people seem to think that it's only me, I would like to inform you that I'm not the only one asking my sister to turn off the light, as the rest of the family also asks my sister to turn off lights. I didn't mention this originally because I didn't think that it was relevant to the story, but then a lot of people seem to think it is, so here you go. I would also like to mention that, like everyone else, I do have a life outside of bathroom light. It seems like people assume like I was waiting right outside of the door every second of the day, waiting to ask my sister to turn it off. This was meant to be a story of a little bit of a lighthearted fun between two sisters that a bunch of you have completely blown out of proportion. Edit 2. Christ, I didn't realize that so many people would be so caught up on the first paragraph that they would completely ignore the second paragraph and what this post is about. And for those who are like, wow, well done for saving insert small amount of money here, it's not about the money. It's about the environment and a habit that has been drilled into my head for so many years, so frequently that I struggle to get rid of it. Sorry to all the people out there that don't understand how difficult it is to stop doing something that you've been told you don't need to do anymore, but have had it told you so many times that you can't escape it. I mean, he's not wrong. Like, save the environment, my dudes. Also, it sucks to have to keep buying light bulbs because somebody leaves them on all the time. Like, if you're not using it, turn it off. It's not like you're gonna leave your car running when you're not using it, you know? Like, just turn the shit off. Save some of that for later. Give your balls a tug, bud. Like, what the fuck? Alright, my dudes, let's get into the next story. This one is called You Want Me to Unmute My Mic? Okay. Posted by user Pinatali. Nothing big, but I thought it was funny. Our school does online classes now, and I had a double English period, and my English teacher really likes class participation. Since the beginning of online classes, he's told us to unmute all our mics. Today, I had lunch a little later than normal, so I had to eat during class. So naturally, I muted myself because I'd be making a lot of munching and spoon-hitting bowl sounds. And then my teacher calls me out, jokingly of course, and I unmute and tell him I'm eating and I don't want to disturb the lesson. He says it doesn't matter, forces me to unmute my mic. So I decide to eat my lunch as loud as humanly possible. Keep in mind, we have a class Instagram chat and my classmates told me to do it, so I wasn't disturbing their learning. After a couple of seconds of incessant munching and spoon-hitting bowl sounds, he relents and tells me to mute myself, please, and that I'd won. I like these kind of like, they're a little bit wholesome, malicious compliance, like lighthearted stuff. I have a feeling the last one isn't going to be so much, but I mean, you asked for it, teacher. I was that kid that if your teacher told you to do something and you found some kind of loophole, you would try to be funny about it, but like not a total dick. Like, you know, some kids that are just completely malicious, 100%. I was like comedically malicious, I guess you could say. I can't even like think of anything, but I got in trouble a lot. I remember that. Alright, my dudes, the last story of the day is called Don't Pee on the Floor, posted by user EGB233. Alright, so I love this story. And if you've ever worked in healthcare, you understand that finding humor in weird situations is a must. I was 19, working at my first nursing home. I loved the lockdown unit, which held the escapees and the dementia patients, as well as cum crazies. During this particular graveyard shift, we were doing our first round and checking/cleaning up patients who needed it. I go to check the malicious compliance character of this story, let's call him Mike, and step around the side of his bed. My shoe immediately splashes, and I look down to see a puddle of urine on the floor. Now, this man was fairly with it. I asked him what the deal was, and he explained that he randomly decided to pee on the wall. So I laugh, clean it up, and tell him not to pee on the floor anymore. He thought it was comical. Later that night during the last round, I go to check on Mike again. I walk into the dark room and peep around the side of the bed where the last incident occurred. I was pleasantly surprised that there was no puddle on the floor. I go back around to the other side of the bed to turn the light on. That's when I noticed a large pile of number 2 in the floor that I narrowly missed with my foot. I freaked and figured out he had actually got out of bed, did number 2 on the floor, and got back in bed, all casual-like. I asked Mike why in the world he would do something like that, and he responded by saying, "You only told me I couldn't pee on the floor." Oh, Mike, no. This reminds me of a little story, my little dudes. I don't know if I told you guys this story, but if I have, I'm sorry. If I haven't, you're in for a treat, so sit back. Alright, my little duderinos. So, your favorite Reddit fairy had a roommate at one time. And that roommate's name was, let's call him Wolfie. So, Wolfie and I worked together at a hardware building supply place together on midnights. And we both had this one weekend off. And I worked a second job at a nightclub. And I decided to call in sick at the nightclub that night too. So we're just gonna sit home and drink, have somebody else who didn't have to work that night at the hardware store, one of our other friends, come over and drink with us. There's like 4 of us there, I think. I'm pretty sure. Guys, this is probably the drunkest I've ever been. I don't remember it most of the night. But we went through, I don't even remember. It was like 3 or 4 2 4s between all of us. That was like a 2-day thing, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, anyway, enough about how much we were drinking. We're drinking a lot. Let's just leave it at that. And then, whatever, we're playing cards, blah, blah, blah. Everybody leaves for the night. They take their cabs home because I am a responsible Reddit fairy, okay? And, wake up the next morning, and I had a cat. It was a black cat named Phoenix. And she was very timid. And she just stayed in my room all the time, and she always went in her litter box. Never had a problem with her going in the litter box. So I go to the kitchen sink, and I'm starting to make, I don't know, I was getting water or something. I had to go to the kitchen sink. And I happened to see something on the floor out of the corner of my eye. I'm standing at the counter, which goes all the way to the wall to my left. And then there's like a space along that wall. And then there's the stove. So it's between the counter and the stove. I see something in my peripherals, in my periffs, you know what I'm saying, on the floor. And I look, and it's a giant turd. And I'm like, the first thought was, did my cat shit on the floor? And I'm like analyzing it, right? Like, I'm like, I don't know, man. That's too big to come from my cat, because my cat was like really small, and like, you know, you clean their litter boxes, you tend to know what their turds look like, and that didn't look like my cat's turd, and I know it didn't look like mine. So my next conclusion is Wolfie shit on the floor in the kitchen. So I go over to the living room and I throw a pillow at him. I'm like, Wolfie, wake the fuck up. He's like, whoa, what? I'm like, dude, did you fucking shit on the kitchen floor? He's like, what? I'm like, get up, come here. So he follows me to the kitchen, and I show him. And it's like, almost like you're showing like a dog, like a toy or like a shoe that he chewed up or something. All the color just like drained from his face, and he's like, I remember going to the bathroom last night. Literally, where he was sitting in the kitchen is exactly where the toilet would have been had he gone in through the doorway that was next to the stove on the other side of the stove. He would have been on the toilet, like, in that exact location. So this motherfucker shit on my kitchen floor. I'm like, you fucking clean that shit. Oh, that's, yeah, I've had an interesting life, my dudes. And I'm gonna finish it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please smash that motherfucking like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on all notifications for future videos just like this one. And as always, the links to these stories will be in the description below, so head on over to Reddit and show those posters some love with some upvotes. You know they deserve it, my dudes. And don't forget to submit your stories and all that fun stuff. I'm thinking I'm gonna switch things up a little bit for the subscriber submitted stories. Not this next week coming, but the week after that. There's gonna be something happening, I think. So stay tuned for that, my dudes, and you guys have a fan-fucking-tabulous weekend. It's sunny out here, finally, so I think I might go down to the lake and enjoy some of that. Hopefully you guys are having a good weekend, too, you know, enjoying your family or your friends or yourself, you know. Sometimes it's good to just have self-time, you know what I'm saying? Have a great fucking weekend, my dudes. I will see you on Monday. Peace out!